The Sentinels of the City project is aiming to look at linkages between the environmental health of a city and how that varies across neighborhoods and the abundance and health of carnivore populations. The title of the Sentinels of the City comes from the idea that carnivores might serve or function as sentinels of health. So how healthy is the city? We might be able to tell from looking at how healthy the carnivore populations are, because they are at the top of the urban food chain. And so if there are problems in the environment, a lot of pollution, the toxins can accumulate in prey like rabbits and rats that they might be eating. They also might be eating a lot of food that they're getting directly from people. And that can accumulate in predators and kind of concentrate in them. So they might be particularly sensitive to the amount of toxins in different neighborhoods.
My research kind of shows that coyotes in Seattle are eating predominantly natural prey, especially rabbits. A lot of people think that they're just out there like eating everyone's cats, and they do eat cats, but it is not like their, most favorite item. It seems like rabbits really is. They also eat a lot of fruit, so we're understanding how many native plants that they're eating and how that might affect the landscape and the urban forestry and reforestation that happens in Seattle.
I'm interested in health of urban carnivores, and that can mean a lot of different things, right? The three main species that I'm studying, coyotes, raccoons, and North American river otters, do pretty well living in human-dominated spaces. And so we're interested in three main pillars that I'm looking into. So the first one being parasites, especially and primarily gastrointestinal parasites. We're looking at parasite communities within these creatures and how they interact with diet, which is going to be the second pillar. A lot of the parasites that they pick up are from their prey, and so they're kind of inherently linked. So investigating the links between those two, and then finally looking at exposure to pollutants, primarily heavy metals. Even though these populations can thrive in urban areas, that doesn't mean they're not impacted, and especially within cities and suburban areas. These areas aren't monoliths. Environmental health can vary really drastically across, for example, the Seattle-Tacoma area. And so how do the wildlife living on this landscape, how are they affected by that heterogeneity in environmental health? And are they affected in the same patterns that we would expect humans to be affected, for example?
Understanding what makes a urban ecosystem healthy and what we can do to maintain that is really critical to the future of humanity. So I think studies like this are really important in a sustainable future.